great music, great ribs. This is one city I don't mind visiting.
MP. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Look out there, MP. MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
We got this game.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And it feels early to be already missing players from the lineup, but how these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. The guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Kevin Huerter. And it's Collins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Memphis, we've got Edey. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Pippen. And it's Bane in at the 2 spot. Well, here we are, Greg, at the very start of the season, and many teams are still figuring things out.
And Kevin, you can't take any of these lineups as final just yet. Coaches might keep trying some new things, tinkering a little bit, and these teams are very much works in progress.
And so off the tip, it's Memphis. Pass to Wells. Back to Pippen. Jackson finds Pippen. Now Bane. No good with the layup. White against Pippen, and it's Giddey in the corner. Good on the triple.
And I know Giddey would rather shoot threes straight on, but being versatile makes him even more effective.
Now here's Pippen. His last outing, he had 8 points. Nice defense from Giddey. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 3-point game. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for White. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high. His approach will take him a long way.
I got to believe as a coach, that is incredibly satisfying to have that kind of play.
Yeah, it really is when you have a guy like that and he just keeps getting better.
Here's Herder. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Edey. Outside, Bain. Knocks down the three ball.
You can't play lax defense on Bain because he's looking to shoot as soon as he catches it.
Buzelis with the ball. Collins, a screen on Bain. White finds Collins. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. For Memphis, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside Jackson. Here's Bain. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Yeah, Bain is a talented scorer. Not just a perimeter threat, he's also capable of finishing inside.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And Chicago has possession. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Now here's Pippen. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shoots the three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there. And I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Here's Pippen. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Bain. Buzelis grabs the board. Giddey goes in, and it's good for 2. Giddey's got his 3rd basket of the night. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Wells. Williams, he's checked in for Bain. And it's Luke Kennard in for Pippen. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Smith checked in for Zach Collins. Williams comes in for Buzelis. MP's checked in for Kevin Herder. And Trey Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. And one thing to note, MP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And I love that MP is walking into this league with his sights set high. But guess what? He's got his work cut out for him. When you look at the names in this rookie class, now we get to enjoy watching him chase his dreams here in the NBA. Good luck to MP on the journey.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
Outside Williams. White the pass to MP. Now Smith. Outside White. Smith sets the pick for White. 4 on the clock. Jones for 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Right side Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Kobe White.
Clearly a foul.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And Williams drops them both. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Fires from way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got Dosunmu. Smith is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's MP. And it's Giddey in at the point.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific score. And again, Chicago, no good. Memphis trailing here. And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, there's still a lot of season ahead. We've got a couple of opposing rookies in this one. When I asked about tonight's matchup against a fellow rookie, MP told me he's made it a goal to prove that he's the best player in this class. He's got a lot of confidence, Kevin.
A ton of confidence, David, and that's something you got to have in this NBA.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
The motor of MP. This guy loves to win, loves to compete.
Clark finds Bain. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edey's checked in for Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. Wells, he's checked in for Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Luke Kennard. Jones checked in for Chicago. Now here's Pippen for three. And another miss by Memphis. MP against Bain. Here's MP. The Grizzlies pull it in. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season. Rells wide open. And it's all evened up. Rells has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the line.
Pass to Dosunmu. Bain against Giddey. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Wells with it. Plenty of space. Again, Memphis.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Memphis making a change here. Kennard's checked in. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Jalen Smith. Buzelis comes in for Dosunmu. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for MP. And it's Kobe White in for Josh Giddey. White, good.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
Pass to Edey. There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Jones finds Collins. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Now it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Edey. Now Kennard drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, Kennard's percentages from 3 are insane, and he's consistent. He does it every year.
Now here's Jones. Still yet to score. Here's Huerter with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Bulls have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Huerter. The Grizzlies making a switch here. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Pippen outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Chicago leading by just 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. Now let's take a moment to recognize our players of the week. Keep an eye on these two. The Western Conference winner, Anthony Davis.
You always expect a lot from AD, but he has delivered at another level lately. Points, blocks, rebounds, whatever this team needs, he provides it. I love everything he's doing out there, and he's dominating the game.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Chicago leading. They've got Pippen. Jaren Jackson is out there with Edey. Then there's Desmond Bane. And it's Wells in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The Grizzlies shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Stan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27 and 55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Here's White after Memphis gets the three. No good from outside. White against Bane. Pass to Edey. Now here's Wells. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Giddey goes in. Collins. It's good on the putback.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Bane against White. And it's sent back by White.
And I love seeing White use that athleticism on defense. Great hustle to swat that shot.
Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
So it's the Grizzlies now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Jackson misses.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Collins. He takes it in and finished off by Collins.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Wells. And Chicago also making a switch. MP's checked in. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Giddey finds MP. And here's Herter outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Herter's got 6.
Nice possession. MP giving him a great look there.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Pass to Bain. Over to the wing. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
MP, no good. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pippen against White. Pippen kicks to Bain. Pass to Jackson. Back to Bain. Lets it go from deep. Here's Heaney. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Bulls lead by 2. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. They've got MP. Dosunmu is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Jalen Smith, and it's Williams at the 4.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Memphis trailing here. In the corner, Kennard with it. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
He's maybe the last guy you want to give up the corner to. Kennard is lethal from deep.
Giddey the pass to Williams. Pass to Smith. And here is Dosunmu. And here is Giddey. Now MP. Giddey finds Williams. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Clark outside. Pass to Bain. Stolen away. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Now here's Dosunmu. Guarded by Bain. MP trying to free himself up.
And this is why many are excited about Giddey's future, showing how dangerous he can be on offense.
just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Back to Kennard. That's the 3 fly. The rebound by Dosunmu.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Nice open look, but it's no good. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And Giddey over to help. And stolen by MP. Jumps up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
MP with great anticipation to take that thing away and get his guys a transition opportunity.
The Grizzlies call timeout. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. Wells, he's checked in for Gigi Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Luke Kennard. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Collins checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for Patrick Williams. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for MP. And it's White in for Dosunmu. Now here's Pippen. And that time, also a missed shot.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
And Giddey gets it to go.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
Up top, Bane. White covering. Bane, no good. Chicago leading by 8. Pass to Huerter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. .144 left in the fourth quarter. Bane with it. And he lays it straight in.
Just look at the body of Bane. He's so strong, and that helps him down low.
Huerter on the wing. The Grizzlies pull it in. Now Wells. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Huerter passes to Collins. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. And Edey picks one up.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
That one falls for Collins. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Bane looking around. Off target at the rim. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Here's Giddey. And he uses the glass on the layup. Giddey's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Now, here's Pippen. The tray. Buries it from three-point range. And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Giddey. And so it's Chicago winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Welcome in to the Jalen Murphy Show. I'm your host, Jalen Murphy. And I know more about sports than you do.
That's debatable.
Watch your mouth, Russ. We got a great show for you today, starting off with a brand new segment, Trash Talk Do's and Don'ts.
Oh, I'll start. Don't tell people how to trash talk when you were seventh man with a rickety jump shot and the handle of a precocious fourth grader.
Okay. Do keep your mouth shut if you spent most of your career waving towels at the end of the bench.
You know what? You've been selling me short since college, man. How about this? We could have won a championship, but you looked me off to take a double-team 30-footer at the buzzard, buddy.
For the last time, Russell, you weren't open.
I was open.
Guys,
I was open. I was wide open.
Just, if I may, can I just say, wowzers. I'm so looking forward to learning from both of you. And more data is always important, even when it's something as unquantifiable as trash talk.
Shut it, Toby!
Okay.
Let's start the segment. Don't trash talk if you can't back it up. There's nothing worse than writing checks with your mouth that your game can't cash.
That's what I'm saying. Not only does it make you look like a clown, but it demoralizes your teammates.
You'd know all about demoralizing your teammates, wouldn't you, Russ?
Oh, you would like to think so, except that my basketball skills were so superior to yours my entire career that you couldn't even hold a candle to me, Jalen.
Guys, if I may, just to put some perspective on this, there are only 525 athletes in the NBA at any given moment. And FIBA estimates there are 450 million basketball players worldwide.
Wow.
Which means you're in the top 99.9% of players by just being in the NBA alone, which that's a pretty impressive stat, Jalen.
Toby.
Yes?
Enough.
Oh.
You already won the lottery by marrying my sister. There's no need to suck up to Russell like this. It's unseemly.
I'm not sucking up. I want to make sure everyone feels like they have value, and I'm just following the data and seeing where the facts lead. You know what?
Shut it, Toby.
Okay.
Do keep your trash talk about the game. We're all competitors here, but there's no need to bring up family, friends, or physical attributes. In other words, show some class.
Jalen, you literally just brought up my wife.
Yes, Toby, but I did it with class. And besides, this is television, not basketball. Anything goes.
You earned that one.
again. Ooh, if you're looking to test yourself, I've got a challenge for you prepared by the pros at the Gatorade training facility.
Game time. Let's get it, MP. Every year you're sure there's going to be next one. That's not true.
Hey, ready, MP?
Long season. Time to grab that lunch pail and go to work.
We know MP came ready to play.
star-spangled banner yet wave.
Honoring the United States, that was Skylar Cole with the singing of tonight's national anthem.
In the home of the
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Brian Anderson here alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. Taking a look at Sacramento, they've risen to third in the latest Power Rankings, playing well as of late.
Well, right now for the Bulls, they're going in the wrong direction. The good news, it's still super early in the season. Lots of games still to be played and lots of time to flip the switch.
And the starting lineup for the Magic. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's De Silva in at the 3. And for Chicago, Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Zach Collins out there with Buzelis. And it's Herter in at the 3. Well, Richard, these teams like to slow it down and play their half-court sets.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating. But when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's the Magic. Pass to De Silva.
Hey, right there.
Banchero surveys. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
And here's White. Tries a 10-footer. No good off the back of the rim. White against Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs. And here's Banchero. There's the 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. It's a 3-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Hey, guys. Well, the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Suggs. Now Carter. Here's De Silva. 5 on the clock. Banchero outside. This one for 3. That shot off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Giddey. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
And that one drops for him. And the action on hold. It appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Man, that's tough to see.
And man, this really doesn't look good. just the way it happened.
And you know it's serious if he's heading to the locker room. It takes a lot to get him out of any game.
Orlando making a switch here. And so here is Chicago. They trail by 3. White against Caldwell Pope. White, good.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
On defense, the Bulls. Pass to Suggs. Puts it up from 12. And it's Giddey with a rebound. The Bulls have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Herter. Collins with it. Wagner with a steal. In transition, the Magic on the run. Here's Black. Now Suggs. Down low. Pass to Black. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in the game. And here's Collins. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Suggs against Giddey. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Orlando again missing. Chicago trailing here. Giddey with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Giddey against Suggs. Collins passes to Herter. Back to Collins. And Collins with the slam.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Wagner outside. Suggs outside. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Banchero. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. Bataze's checked in for Orlando. Cole Anthony comes in for Caldwell Pope. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Chicago. Smith outside. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. High arcing shot, and MP lays it in.
Well, MP goes through the defense for the score. Wow.
Suggs surveys the D. Here's Bataze, and down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Nice feed inside, saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Jones, the pass to MP. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Can't hit from in close. Orlando has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Pass to Suggs. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Here's Jones. No good. Misses at the buzzer. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Orlando ahead, leading by a point. We've got more in store for you right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Mo Wagner is out there with Goga Bataze. Then there's Anthony, and it's Black in at the point. Here's Black, still without a bucket. Anthony outside. Launches a 3. Fires in the triple.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Black. And here's Wagner. Williams defending. And it's Wagner missing. Chicago leading. DeSumo for three. Here's MP. Off target at the rim. And for the Magic, they're shooting a nice 50% for the game. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. And the ball's out of bounds. It was last touched by Anthony. Some changes for Chicago. Collins comes in for Williams, and Herter's subbed in for DeSumo. Houston, he's checked in for Orlando. Smith outside. For three, Collins. Rebound by the Magic. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
I think as soon as it got to OT, they felt discouraged. They really expected to win that game going away.
Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Back to Giddey. Pass to Collins. MP outside. Fires at the elbow. It's rebounded by Batase. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Blocked! And a fast break now for the Bulls. Here's MP. And a missed layup. Orlando leading. Here's Black. Anthony outside. Over Herter. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Some changes for Chicago. Buzelis is checked in for Smith. White comes in for MP. And it's Jones in for Giddey. Bulls trail by 3. Jones, the pass to Collins. Outside White. Fires the 3. Sends it home from three-point land. White's got 5.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Well, Richard, during his 5th year in the NBA, Kobe White had a breakout season.
Doubling his numbers, B.A., averaging around 20 points and 5 assists per game. Kobe's always been a great defensive player, but it's his offensive production that has really improved.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Pass to Collins. Here's Buzelis. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Herter can't hit. And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Jones against Suggs. Beyond the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Collins a screen. Fires the 3. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. MP's checked in for Jones. Black's checked in for Orlando. White for 3. The Bulls with another miss. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Caldwell Pope finds Banchero. It's hauled in by Herter. MP up top. Here's Buzelis. The three is up. And there's Herder. That's good on the assist by Buzelis. Herder's got 5.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Chicago ahead, leading by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look here now at the Magic. This is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
And turning back now to talk about the Orlando Magic. What a close game this has been.
The bench has stepped up to where I could see a couple of those guys closing out this game.
Yeah, we'll see how the second half goes, but they may have earned that right, given the way they came in and changed things.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Giddey and White pair to make the backcourt. Kevin Herder out there with Buzelis. And it's Collins in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Yeah, this is a highlight of Giddey's game, his innate ability to set others up.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Wendell Carter's doing.
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Orlando. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. The recovery time is still up in the air, but guys, one thing's for sure, a return tonight is out of the question.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Now here's Suggs. The 3 from Banchero. Nails it from 3. Give him 8 points now.
His ability to shoot off the catch is a big plus. Banchero has quick reactions, a really versatile scorer.
Pass to Collins. Now here's White. Just 5 to shoot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. White's got 4 points in the quarter.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Banchero outside. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Herder.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
And Richard, in a league where shooting has never been more valuable, it's great to have a player like Kevin Herder.
And he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Matter of fact, he's probably best when he's moving off the ball and causing confusion. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Chicago making a switch here. MP's checked in. For Chicago, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Giddey finds MP. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. No good with a layup. Banchero finishes with force inside.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Giddey passes to MP. Here's White. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. The open shot, White. A good-looking shot from the wing. White's got 6 in the quarter. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Wagner with a screen on Herder. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Collins. MP against Suggs. MP, the pass to Collins. Collins with a screen on Banchero. There's Herder with the 3. Buries it from 3. Herder's got 8 points.
Some slippage at the defensive end here in the second half, allowing the offense to establish more of a rhythm.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. For Chicago, Smith, he's checked in for Collins, and Williams is subbed in for Giddey. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Here's Black. Chicago with a rebound. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just 1 game. Pass to Anthony. Suggs outside. The 3 is up. And another miss by Orlando. Bulls leading by 5. Herder passes to MP. And there's the rejection. Here's Wagner. Smith with the rebound. And White has got the ball here for Chicago. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Smith with a screen on Wagner. Clock at 6. Here's MP. And again, no good by Chicago. Magic trail by 5. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt. And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Outside White. Over Suggs. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. White's got 13. Kobe White. He's feeling it tonight. And he's been the driving force for Chicago. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Exert yourself by being disciplined and focused on the right stuff. All right, good job. Oh, go.
Good words of praise from Billy Donovan, asking his team to stay locked in, make good choices.
Yeah, and when all 5 of these guys are on the same page, great things tend to happen. We'll see.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. 4th quarter, on the court for the Magic. Wagner is out there with Gary Harris. Then it's Goga Batadze. Then there's Anthony. And it's Black in at the point guard position. Now here's Giddey. Williams from long range. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Williams has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Magic trail by 5. Here's Anthony. Chicago with a rebound. Pass to MP. From deep. It's rebounded by Batadze.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
And he throws it down with one hand.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Herder's checked in for Williams. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Orlando. Howard comes in for Harris. Anthony feeling it out a bit. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Anthony's got 5 points now this quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
MP outside. It's Herder on the wing. Smith with a screen on Anthony. Here's Herder. And again, no good by Chicago.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Anthony outside. Banchero the screen to take the lead. And Anthony, here we go. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. MP, the pass to Smith. Back to MP. Pass to Giddey. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Chicago making some changes. Collins, he's checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for DeSumo. And it's White in for MP. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. Coach telling their team, this is a tight one. We need full effort defensively, 1 or 2 stops, and we will win this game. A coach preaching defense, a familiar tune.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Giddey. Outside White. Launches it. The Bulls with another miss. The Magic have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Suggs outside. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Wagner. And here's Banchero. Wagner with a screen. Banchero with it. Now Herder defending. Paolo, strong!
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Magic.
They've been hitting consistently from mid-range all game. It's been a big part of their offensive production in this one.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
In tense situations at the line, they can count on him to keep his cool.
On the wing, Suggs. Giddey defends. De Silva. The three-pointer off the mark. For Chicago, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. It's Giddey on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. There's a minute 12 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Herder. Tight defense on him. It's rebounded by Wagner. For Orlando, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. White finds Giddey. Collins with a screen on Suggs. Here's Giddey. And he buries it.
When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. And you love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
To the middle. Here's Bancaro. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Oh no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead.
I like that.
Late game pressure, no problem. Not a factor in Giddey's concentration.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Wagner. Suggs with it. Fires from deep. Count it! Oh, a tremendous three! We're tied!
Yeah, good to see Suggs bury the triple. This will only help with his confidence.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Now Giddey. Outside Herder. Misses the three. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last-minute shot is offline. Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll return shortly. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Giddey and White pair to make the backcourt. Buzelis out there with Kevin Herder. And it's Collins in at the center position. Wagner with a screen on Giddey. Suggs. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
So cunning and effective in screen and rolls. I really like watching Suggs operate in these sets.
Here's White. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here he goes. Chicago with a rebound. Herder's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner. Giddey against Suggs. Off with the layup. Chicago trailing here. Outside Giddey. Collins with it. Guarded by Bancaro. Collins passes to White. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway runs.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Yeah, you need a forward who can get those freebies. Banchero looking to be that guy for this team.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a lead.
And the playmaking skills Banchero has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a two-point ball game.
And just incredible confidence at the free throw line. That is how you win close games.
Knocked loose. 3-on-3. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Over Buzelis. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
And when they need a bucket, Banchero wants to be the guy to get it. And he's got a nose for the big situations.
Here's Giddey. Rebounded by Suggs. Magic leading by 4. Banchero outside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, that play shows Banchero's strength and his determination.
And Banchero no good on that one.
He gets to the line a lot. Banchero knows that and works on those shots at practice.
Here's Giddey. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
That free throw good from Giddey.
That couldn't have gone any better. The and-one play makes it a one-possession game.
Suggs against Giddey. They double him with White. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Chicago with a rebound. Outside Herder. Here's Buzelis. Guarded by Banchero. Back to Herder. Collins with a screen on Wagner. There's Herder with the 3. It falls! Oh! An enormous three-pointer!
Seems like the pressure isn't getting to Herder.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Suggs outside. Pass to De Silva. Now here's Banchero. Over Buzelis. Oh, off target. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Here's Giddy. Ooh, no good there. Potential game winner was off the mark. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Hey, can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period. What a game of basketball this has been. Now here's Suggs. Banchero outside. Pass to De Silva. Buzelis grabs the board. And the Bulls shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. White with it. Giddy with it. Shot clock at 5 to take the lead. And he can't bank that one in.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And Banchero gets it to go.
Shooting off the catch or creating off the bounce, Banchero does both equally well.
Outside White. Pass to Herder. 4-3. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Back to Suggs. Here's De Silva from behind the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds now. Outside Herder. It's Giddy on the wing. 11 feet out. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Giddy's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Giddy continues to work on improving his offensive game, including his mid-range jumper.
The 3 from Banchero. At the arc, Banchero finds his mark.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And here's Giddy. The layup off target. Magic leading by 3. Here's De Silva. Wagner outside. Banchero outside. And it's good.
I mean, it's incredible. Banchero can be so dominant. A young player with such a promising future.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Now Giddy. Collins with a screen on Suggs. Here's Giddy. Rebounded by Suggs.
He looks fatigued here in OT, just not able to get it together.
All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
NBA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
They double him with White. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Here's De Silva. No good from outside. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left in the second overtime period. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
Grant, they're determined for a quick score.
And they can't afford to waste any time.
White can't hit.
How impressive has he been tonight, battling inside in the trenches?
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
Gets the 3 ball to go. So it's the Magic taking the W in a close one. Double overtime games are so grueling. And after this one, everyone, the officials, the fans, the broadcasters, will all have to take a little rest.
Yeah, I need that rest, I'll tell you. But, hey, give them credit. They really dug deep into their energy reserves and showed their determination to get this win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
We can get that one back next time.
Some nights, the shots don't fall.